Greetings, family and friends. I hope you had a lovely Thursday. I came here to talk about being in the 1% and what that means. Well, people usually think about monetary uh, when that is stated, and I'm going to start that way too. You understand me talking about oligopolies a lot, and it talked about how just a couple of companies were the ones that obtained most of the market share. Well, there's something that is stated that's called winner takes all economics. And I just wanted to give examples on how that is shown in other social dynamics, even different subjects. It's not just companies. You could find this in everything if you tried hard enough, and I wanted to give you some examples. So, taking out companies, look at people. If you look at the top 1% of people, you could see with a simple Google search that they control most of the wealth. I have most of the wealth in that. Okay, well, maybe you're not one of those individuals, but you still want to be in the top 1%. Well, there's nobody telling you how to play the game. So I asked ChatGPT about how are other ways to be in the top 1%. Well, if we're looking at it in a physical manner, you could establish yourself in the top 1% if you complete a marathon, not even a marathon, a 5K. If you complete a 5K, you're in the top 10% of the world because nobody's running that. But if you sub 20 it, it makes it in the top 1%. If you could do 15 straight pull-ups or 50 straight push-ups, it puts you in the top 1%. It's an uncommon feat by ChatGPT. Can you imagine? If you could lift 2 times your body weight in the gym. Let's think about this. What are some other things? Well, if you're 135 to 140 IQ, top 1%. If you read 50 books a year, top 1%. If you're able to understand a complex subject and explain it simply, top 1%. If you're able to public speak over 500 people and it's like actual fluent, top 1%. And the list goes on. If you're a professional dancer, like professional, top 1%. If you complete and publish a book, top 1%. If you're able to be fluent in a language in 6 months, top 1%. If you're able to know 3 languages and be fluent in all of them, top 1%. If you're able to complete a graphic novel, there's so much out there. If you look it up yourself, you'll find tons of examples. You've probably seen the example in your life and you didn't even know. If you remember going to school, maybe you remember a concept like, oh, this was the popular kid or something. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, whatever. But if you notice, sometimes you could think, dang, the popular kid is the one all the girls go after, all the guys go after. It's like that hot person in school is like everybody wanted them. And that's what has to be really thought here about. Because a lot of things aren't true. Some things you just make true because you self-fulfill it, for instance. Like, nobody's telling you how to play the game of life. You could choose whatever you want. But if you say something like, oh man, I don't think this person or man or woman or shit, basically, right? But then if you keep finding examples, like you're looking for examples, like you're making it fit and you're just replaying that loop over and over in your head. And it's like, it's not even factual. It's just because you saw it too much, you just started to believe it. So you have to be aware of that. Be aware that there's a lot of things that are immeasurable, but I'm sure you can find a way to put yourself in the top 1%. For instance, how can you measure the love that you've received from somebody or from the world? You know, how many true connections you had. Like, those are some things that are completely immeasurable. So it's like, yeah, you could play the game if you want. You could find a way to put yourself in the top 1%. There's nothing right or wrong about it. Heck, you could actually stack those things and make yourself just have a perception of value to yourself to make yourself more confident. But honestly, what do you want to be valuable in your life? Have you ever chose that? What do you want for yourself? Does this, any of it even matter? Are you playing a game that somebody told you you had to play? Or maybe you just accepted it because you didn't think of anything else? Well, happy Thursday. Hope to see you soon. We're going over chapter 4 tomorrow.